more races remain in the regular season before the playoffs begin, and we are here at Kansas to close out one of those races. Here we're going to have the point standings show up on your screen. Christopher Bell leading the point standings by only 5 points over Tyler Reddick. William Byron sitting in third, and Hendrick Motorsports also coming up with the 4th and 5th spot in the top 5 in points. Elliott, the only one outside the top 5. But we see a big battle for the final playoff spot going on between Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, your defending series champion, and a runner-up in the points last season, Ryan Blaney. Be sure to subscribe with the bell on in order to keep up with that playoff point battle, as well as the championship battle come the next 2 weeks after today. But we got a lot of cars here ready to go raring around this 1.5 miles at Kansas Speedway. A ton of horses ready to get their hooves dirty around this course. 4 champions have graced this series so far: Harvick, Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Ross Chastain. But we'll see who will be joining them in a few weeks. Bubba Wallace, your pole sitter here today. He's one of those drivers that are very deep in the playoff bubble fight. He's pretty far back. He's going to have to get a win and then maybe another few good finishes in order to wrap up a good season to get back into the playoffs. And then Ross Chastain, your defending series champion. We talked about him earlier. He's deep in playoff trouble. He is 2 spots behind, or 3 spots actually, behind the playoff position, which is going to be 12th that he'll be fighting for. He's got Logano and Chase Briscoe ahead of him in the points. We're going to see what he'll be able to do. Maybe he can get a couple good races here. And then we got Todd Gilliland. Impressive start for the 38. Quite an underdog performance in qualifying as well as practice. Maybe he could turn that into a solid finish here today. Solid top 10 would be an absolute win for the front row Motorsports number 38. As well as his teammates who's starting a bit farther in the back. It would be great for that organization. As the cars roll off here, let's get to your starting lineup. 2311 locks out the front row with Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick in row number 1. Chris Buescher as well as Ross Chastain sit in row number 2. Then we got Kyle Larson and Todd Gilliland, that FRM machine, in the 38, starting in row number 3. And then a little bit farther down the line, we got Ty Gibbs, the rookie, to the inside of his teammate Christopher Bell, last week's winner. And then Joey Logano to the inside of the fan favorite Chase Elliott, with Martin Truex Jr. in his final season to the inside of his former teammate Kyle Busch in the 8. The rest of the field goes by on your screen as it always does in the starting lineups for this series. As we said, Chase Briscoe and Ryan Blaney as well fighting for that final spot in the playoffs. Everyone else in this graphic except for Daniel Suarez is in. But we see Alex Bowman starting a bit farther back than he originally had planned to. Carson Hocevar with a good starting spot, as well as Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Corey LaJoie, rumors have been circulating around the garage that he is not going to be returning to the 17, not even at the end of the season, but possibly after Talladega. Talladega very well could be the final race that number 3 sees Corey LaJoie pilot. And we got your race facts here presented by Spoiler Diecast. Bubba Wallace sits on pole, 12 laps. We got 34 cars in the field, and the last time we raced, it was the Penske 22 of Joey Logano to take home the win. And if you head on down to Spoiler Diecast and use code AAPCS, you can get 5% off and free shipping on all orders that are $20 or more. We have never seen 2311 lock out the front row here in this series. The first time is today. Green flags in the air. Wallace and Reddick lead them down to the line. 3 wide in the back already for 3rd place. Larson playing risky already. Ty Gibbs is going to follow him through. He's looking for a great day today, as we have Tyler Reddick now losing the spot to Kyle Larson. Larson on that inside trying to make it work. He's going to be able to get it down the backstretch. Reddick files back into 3rd. Here comes Larson sending it in deep. Almost spins out Bubba Wallace. Wallace on the bumper of the 5. Now down into turn number 1. Wallace trying to dive it back down. There's contact in the wall. They both go 3 wide for the race lead. Tyler Reddick down to the bottom, back to the top, and he takes over the lead with Wallace and Larson fading back. Tyler Reddick with an amazing 3-wide move coming down turn number 2 as he takes the lead going down the backstretch. Larson and Wallace are not going to be too happy with each other as Wallace is now trying to hunt down the 5. Reddick's trying to pull away, and he's doing that just now. And we got the caution out. Go! Trouble off turn number 4. Truex, Byron hard into each other. Hard into the outside wall goes William Byron. Truex spins down into the infield, and we're going to take a look and see what happened here. And wow. Not sure what happened there to Truex. Looks like he just lost it coming off the corner and got absolutely tagged, T-boned by the 24 of William Byron. Byron with a ton of damage to his left front as well. But nearly sheared off that rear end of the 19. We'll have to see what NASCAR is going to have to say about that. I mean, that's obviously pretty good. It's a lot better than it just tanking the impact. But Martin Truex Jr. and William Byron both going to be out. Truex not in the best playoff points position right now, so we'll have to see what he'll be able to do in the next few weeks. Maybe he'll be able to do something. You already saw the choose cone. Reddick and Larson going to be on the front row for this restart. Green flags back in the air. Wallace with a great shove to his teammate, pushing him past the 5 of Larson. 3 wide for second. Here comes Ty Gibbs. Wallace almost gets spun in the back. No bother. We stay green. Gibbs up into second. Chasing down the 45 of Tyler Reddick is the 54 of Ty Gibbs. Off turn number 2 they go. 2 Toyotas going at it, and we got trouble in the back off turn 2. Suarez hard into the outside wall, backing it up into the safer barrier off of turn number 2. He slides down the track, taking a look and see what happens. Oh, he got pinched by 2 SHR cars. Chase Briscoe, who is in a playoff fight, as well as Noah Gragson, his teammate, not in the playoff fight, but still looking for points regardless, but they both just pinched the 99 of Suarez. Looks like Gragson tried to send it in, and no, he washed up and he took out the 99. The 99 cannot be happy with the 10. We'll have to see what they'll be doing with each other next week at Martinsville, but Suarez is not happy with Noah Gragson. And Chase Briscoe was unaware of what happened there. He just saw the 99 spin right behind him. Now it's 2 Toyotas on the front row. We're going to have only 4 laps to go here. Reddick inside. Gibbs out. Reddick spins the tires. Gibbs gets away scot-free, but everyone else is jumping the 45 of Tyler Reddick. From first all the way to 5th, he's starting to fight back now against Ross Chastain, but Gibbs is trying to pull away for his first career win. Around the outside, here he comes. Big bump to the 5, down to the inside, contact between second and first. 3 wide for the race lead again. Reddick on the inside, making the 3 wide move. Only 2 more laps to go now. Down the backstretch they go. Gibbs back to the race lead. Reddick is going to try and send it in deep. He's almost side by side, almost dooring each other. White flag in the air at Kansas Speedway. Back down to the inside. Reddick's in the wall. Gibbs getting by. Reddick is going to have to throw the kitchen sink at him. Here he comes, sends it in. Into the wall he goes. Down for turn number 4. Ty Gibbs wins at Kansas Speedway.
Man, baby.
Career win number 1 for the 54 of Ty Gibbs. Let's take a look and see how it was done. Reddick on the white flag, sending it too deep into turn 1. That probably cut down his tire, which is why he straight-lined into the outside wall. He even lost second to Kyle Larson, and Ty Gibbs was able to hold on for that lead and take home his first ever checkered flag in the AAPCS. Kyle Larson coming home second, as we said. Chastain only coming home 4th, but Ty Gibbs burning it down on the front stretch. He is an AAPCS winner. Here are your results here. Ty Gibbs, your winner, of course. Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick in second and third. Chastain finishing 4th. This could be great for his playoff push, trying to defend his championship. And Todd Gilliland, how about him getting a solid top 5 here today? Carson Osfar getting a shout out as well, as he got a top 20 here as well. Martin Truex Jr. finishing dead last here today. Not good for his playoff push, as this is his final season and going into a track next week that is one of his favorites, Martinsville. It's going to be good for him. We're going to see what he'll be able to do. He might be able to bounce back after that weekend. It was a great race here today at Kansas Speedway. But looking at the point standings here in just a few seconds, here they are. Tyler Reddick is now your points leader, even though he was up against the outside wall coming off of turn number 4. Christopher Bell falls down to second. Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs in 3rd and 4th. Hamlin now in 5th. And the other two Hendrick Motorsports cars that were in the top 5 in points, Bowman and Byron, both of them fell out of that top 5 really quick after today. Bowman just was not there in performance-wise, and William Byron, of course, caught up in the wreck with Truex, and Elliott honestly was nowhere to be seen in the top 10 today. So we'll see what happens with Hendrick next week at Martinsville, as that is one of their best tracks. However, now it is time that we say goodbye for this race, as it was a great one here at Kansas. It's always a fan favorite for the next-gen car. Kansas Speedway never disappoints ever since 2022 when they introduced this new car into the series. But next week we will be going to Martinsville Speedway, as we have said multiple times. Only once that we have raced there with this next-gen car, so we'll see how that goes. Kurt Busch was the one to win it, the old driver of the 45. So we'll see you there at Martinsville Speedway. It was a blast here in Kansas, and we'll see how next week will go. Short track racing is always something to look out for in this series. So we appreciate you guys here joining us here at Kansas, and we'll see you all in Virginia.